Good morning everyone, welcome back to another video. If you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button and like the videos of course. If you haven't already, we're on our way to 5,000 subscribers, so we're almost there. We're like a third, 2/3 there. But yeah, smash the subscribe button. But for today, we're gonna be doing the new intake plenum from Holley. It's the P2R Rev Racing Holley intake plenum. But we're gonna take out the old one, put in the new one with an upgraded throttle body. Yeah. So hopefully this won't be too bad of an install. But we're gonna be doing it because no one else has done this and no one's made a video for it, of course. We're gonna be the first one to do this. Oh, I actually powder coated mine red to go with the scheme that I'm doing. But this comes in just like the bore aluminum, just like that. But I got mine powder coated, which looks really, really good. It's nice and bright red. But it comes with all the factory stuff over here, like the spacers, this gaskets. It comes with a throttle body spacer. So, and all the nuts and bolts, and of course they sent us out some koozies, boys. But no instructions, so we're gonna figure this out. So the first thing I'm gonna be doing is gonna be removing any of the sensors, remove the intake from the throttle body, and start removing the hoses from the plenum. So gonna be removing these hoses right over here. I took out the sensor. Gonna remove the intake so that way we have some more room. Alright, so now that I got some more light in here, we're gonna be removing this hose, that hose, and remove the sensor here, remove the sensor here, and I'm gonna be removing this intake from the throttle body, and then remove the throttle body, then remove this intake plenum. So there's absolutely no videos on how to do this, removing this, but I'm sure this is pretty simple of just bolts, and there's no video of how to install this. And boys, there ain't no instructions, but we don't need those. So let me go ahead and get these screws loosened up and then remove the sensor. I'll be honest, I do not know what any of these sensors go to or what they do, so I'm sorry for that. But I think these hoses are just for air, vacuum, not 200% sure, but I know I'm gonna be needing an extension of these hoses. So, I'm gonna remove them, so thank God, like they're pretty easy to access. And if anything, I'll probably just go to AutoZone and pick up some more of those vacuum hoses. But now, let me remove those hoses and remove this, and I'll show you guys the process. Alright, so we removed all the hoses that were on the bottom of the throttle body, and now I loosened up these 13 millimeter nuts, and then we're gonna remove the throttle body and then get to the intake plenum. So there's just gonna be 4, 2 on each side. Let's see. Alright, while doing that, it looked like some of the coolant was coming out, so I honestly hope there's not much coolant in there. So there's coolant coming out of there, but let me go get a towel. Put the towel in there. But I might just leave that with the throttle body, disconnect the sensor for the throttle body, and then just go from there. Maybe leave that in until later, but I still gotta do that to remove the throttle body. We'll see. Alright, so we removed the bolts that went on top for that cover, and now we have this. So there's a lot of bolts inside of here. So we're gonna be removing the outside and then then remove the inner. I don't know how it's gonna be going, but we'll figure it out. Alright boys, we removed the intake plenum from the actual engine. Pretty much you gotta remove all the bolts over there. So like all this is covered in bolts. We removed every single one of it to remove that plenum. And then just make sure you remove the gasket that's here, right over here. So make sure you guys remove this. Looks pretty straightforward. So when we remove this, so nice and pretty. Oh my god, cool. So I'm assuming these are just going to be your valves, and then so instead of that, we're going to have this one now that's going to be sitting on top of this. I believe. And then it goes to the brackets. Yeah, that's what we're believing. Cool. So let me go find the gasket for this and we'll slap that on. What is up, my Royale Squad? So, I got pretty frustrated when doing this intake manifold, intake plenum. I'll be honest with you guys, it was an absolute pain, and it is still a pain. So pretty much the kit comes with everything you pretty much kind of need, but it still doesn't give you everything else that you do need. Like, for example, it gives you a couple of the fittings. Like right over here, this is one of the fittings. So this is one of the fittings, and this is the other fittings. That one works. The other one, it's what's it called? It's going to a different diameter. So pretty much what we have to do is literally get a lot of fittings and different types of hoses. So I got this hose because it is rated for heat and temp. Well, pretty much same thing, but that I got the new fittings. I'm gonna put in the list of the descriptions all the different types of fittings that you do need and the different types of hoses, because it's too much to tell because I literally bought so many different types of fittings. That's gonna be going, then I had to replace this one to go directly into here. And then what I still gotta do now is for the intake for this knob right here is I have to put a new extension from this guy right here all the way, because it's gonna be adjusting my intake. I also had it for the throttle body. I had to do like some sort of I had to do an extension, so that's what I had to do as well. It gave some of the fittings that I needed, but I had to buy some of the other fittings and buy new hoses for it to fit. I went with these hoses because I kind of like the look of it, and if I get any kind of it's gonna have like coolant running through it, so it's gonna look somewhat cool. But you know, ricer mode. What's up, boys? It is the second day we've been working on this intake plenum, but pretty much we got it all hooked up and mounted. Here, let's put some light in here. All right. So this is the new intake plenum that we put on the Accord by Holley from P2R Rev Racing. Pretty much, as you guys see, we had to do a little jerry rig for the intake for it's actually, so we can actually test it and see how it works. So far we have no check engine lights. The cage tuner that I have, they did say that it's gonna be adjusting the air fuel ratio, which it has. The car adjusted to it, drives good, no leaks, which is the best part itself. I did have a little bit of leak, but it's because I didn't put a hose clamp on the radiator fluid piping. Yeah, that goes to the throttle body. But everything it is sealed. I am gonna find another hose like this, or put like a braided line that goes from here to there, so that way it's gonna be secured. But I do gotta get this welded properly for it to fit. So I'm gonna take it to my buddy Kevin Susi. I'm gonna put the information below. We're gonna go visit him, and we're gonna see if we can do a titanium and get this looking that beautiful rainbow, baby. But so pretty much this is somewhat done. We're gonna go, because I'm gonna have to drive it to him. So I'm gonna figure out if I can make like something out of PVC or something like that, so I can actually close the hood for the pipe to actually fit, or what. That way I can drive the car to him, or if not, then I would have to tow the car to him. So that's pretty much what we're gonna be working on today, the finishing of the project. But to give you guys an idea, again, I'm telling you guys, there's so many things I have to do to make it fit, and it's super blazing hot outside. So excuse me for sweating, excuse the AC for running. But pretty much, it is kind of self-forward. I did put new braided lines, these braided hoses. One, I like the white, it looks pretty cool. The clear kind of looks like a fish tank, but you know, you gotta do what it is. This is super long because I don't know how long I need to do it for the intake, but I'm gonna trim it to whenever I have Kevin do the welds for it, so that way we can do everything perfect, so I'm not wasting hoses. But to be all in all, I did spend additional $100 just in fittings and hoses, because these hoses are not cheap, because they have like the metal wire through it, so this is best for the heat. And then pretty much, like for example, like for this one sensor that's here, I do have to do another a hose, so a fitting to go to a smaller hose to go into the throttle body, because this originally went into the intake plenum, which doesn't go that way, so I had to do it this way. but everything does function, it does work. There's no issues with it, no check engine lights or nothing, which is super great. But pretty much to give you guys an idea, I have a hose that's going from the bottom. So they gave me like 3 fittings. A fitting that goes into the throttle body adapter. This is a new throttle body they gave me. The throttle body adapter has 1 fitting, another fitting for the PCV from what I believe is a PCV, and then I did another fitting on the bottom of this plate right here that goes into this hose. You guys can see it, this hose right here. Don't know where that leads to, but I just kind of lined it up the way it was originally with the intake plenum. And then the other sensors, like this sensor right here that was on top, I just did another hose that went from there. And this sensor that was on the old intake plenum from there, that leads to this. But other than that, and then the throttle body, original throttle body, had these 2 little nubs that had the radiator plug to it. So I had to do I did the extensions from those, as you guys can probably see. So right over here, as you guys can see, the little blue, those are the radiator coolant that goes to the throttle body. So that's one thing you guys gotta be aware of. You do have to do all these extensions. And I just put new hose clamps everywhere. So that way everything's gonna be nice and snug and tight. But this looks badass. Like, I love this new intake plenum. This is like I guess the main performance engine model that I actually did for the car, and it sounds pretty good. I haven't driven it pretty hard because the whole intakes issue, but we're gonna take a look at that, see what we can do, and hopefully with the new welds I can do some pretty dumb stuff with it. Good morning, boys. It's a beautiful day. It's another day. It's a gloomy day, but we loaded up the cord. We are on our way to Kevin. He's going to be doing the fabrication to the core. He's going to be making us a custom intake for the car. So let's get started. Oh baby, we loaded up the trailer with the cord. Ooh, time to take it to a track like this now. Send it.
You said we had it all. That shit would drive me crazy. Cause outside is no feelings, baby. You say it's hard to tell what I've been thinking lately, but behind closed doors I'm a fool for your love. You said we had it all. That shit would drive me crazy. Cause outside is no feelings, baby. You say it's hard to tell what I've been thinking lately, but behind closed doors I'm a fool for your love.
Alright, just to show you guys, I had our boy Kevin fab this up. He did all this beautiful TIG welding. Got a new filter for everything to fit. Of course, A&M, baby. But it looks pretty solid. And then we'll do a little overview later on this week. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's basically it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please share, subscribe, and like, and smash the subscribe button. We're on our track to 5,000 subscribers. Catch you guys in the next video. See you guys.